Bam. Bam. My peoples. My peoples. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao may possibly be headed on a collision course. The moment it was announced that Pacquiao was coming back to challenge Mario Barrios for his title, I brought that up. I said, listen, Floyd Mayweather has been playing with the idea of coming back, and we know that because George Kambosos said he was offered an opportunity, or he was approached about a fight with Floyd Mayweather in a big stadium in Australia. So I just put two and two together. If Manny Pacquiao comes back, grabs a title, well, if Floyd Mayweather is planning on coming back, is he trying to take that title from Pac-Man? Should Pac-Man beat Barrios? We got to talk about it, my peoples. Y'all already know what it is. This is Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Let's get it, my peoples. Let's get it. Look, man, for the first folks that are in the building, bam, I'm going to just tell y'all right now, Manny Pacquiao has a realistic chance of beating Floyd Mayweather. Of beating Mario Barrios. He has a realistic chance. I know that there's folks who are not even giving him a chance. Oh, nah, look, he don't have a chance versus Barrios because Barrios younger, Barrios bigger. I'm telling you, my peoples, boxing on paper. Good day, Jay. My brother, good morning. Bam. So, and let me know, boxing on paper, do you think that Mario Barrios is going to just wash Manny Pacquiao? Is it going to be competitive? Or do you think Pacquiao has a shot? Does he, at 46 years old, have a chance to beat a much younger and bigger Mario Barrios? Like I said, man, I've already, analyzed everything that I had to, formulated my opinion, and I say yes. I do understand that at 46 years old, we haven't seen him in the ring professionally in 6 years. We really don't know. It's a question mark. Pacquiao could turn old in front of our face. I don't want to watch, I don't want to see Manny Pacquiao take a pummeling. I don't want to see him get battered. But if he get old on Saturday in the ring, Mario Barrios is not going to have no mercy. He's going to put the beats on him. Like I said, though, it's, people act like it hasn't been done before. And y'all got to remember, Bernard Hopkins, the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver, and George Foreman, and a few others have become world champions in their 40s. Bernard Hopkins did it in his 50s. So it simply takes a legendary fighter. It takes, a great fighter to become a world champion in their 40s. Pacquiao already accomplished that feat when he beat Keith Thurman. Can he do it again at 46? We're going to see. But if he does, is there going to be a fight between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather? That's the magic question. What do you guys think? By the way, hit that like button, man. There's 5 people in the building. Don't be ducking that like button. Y'all playing games out here. Boxing on paper. Manny is a natural athlete. I doubt he'll get battered. I want to see one more good Manny performance. Barrios is a big ass, though. I can't call this one. Look, man, I'm going to say this. Mario Barrios has all of the physical advantages in this fight, right? The taller fighter, the longer reach, much younger, stronger. All of the physical advantages are in Barrios' favor. But the experience advantage is on Pac-Man's side. The speed advantage, I believe, is going to be on Pac-Man's side, even with him being 46 years old. So he has his own advantages as well. That, he can... And we know Pacquiao got that quickness and those reflexes that before you know it, you're laying on your back. You so happen to Keith Thurman. That's all I'm saying. The Nobody 92, Jay Smith. Why does the fighter who controls the center of the ring usually win the fight? And how do you control the center of the ring? Well, that's not accurate. That's not necessarily accurate because boxers who use their footwork are not trying to control the center of the ring. So you have the fighters who apply pressure and who are the aggressive fighters. Those are the ones who control the middle of the ring. But fighters who are more boxers, who move, who use their footwork, they're not trying to control the middle of the ring. They're trying to use the footwork. They're actually trying to use every inch of that ring. The better you are, the more of the, like, I'm referring to the footwork, right? If you got good footwork, but I got elite level footwork, then I'm going to use more of the ring than you. I'm going to be looking for different parts of the ring. I know where I want to be. I know the angle that I'm looking for. You're kind of just coming forward. If you're only a puncher, let's say, and you're, let me give you an example. Let's say you're Tszyu from back in the day, or even Tszyu. You're coming forward, you're throwing punches. You're trying to own the middle of the ring. You're trying to own the real estate. If I'm a boxer, I'm Sugar Ray Leonard, let's say. I'm not trying to own the middle of the ring. I'm trying to move around. I'm trying to use the whole ring. So styles make fights. It just depends what kind of style you're fighting. Boxing on paper. So what I'm trying to say, too, is that you don't have to dominate the center of the ring to win a fight. It depends what style you got and how effective you are when you use it. Boxing on paper. Manny is a special guy, not just a fighter. He's never just coming for a payday. That's a fact. Some people try to talk about that in yesterday's live, and I told them, listen, the guy's coming back for a title shot. Look at that and take it into consideration. He's coming back straight for a title shot. No tune-up. Look, I'm going to put it to you guys like this. Jerome Bruce Ennis is moving up to 154. And a fight with Virgil Ortiz was on the table. He didn't take the fight with Virgil because he told Turkey that he wanted a tune-up first. Look at that. Young, elite, strong. Jerome Bruce Ennis is saying, I want a tune-up at 154. And Manny Pacquiao, at 46 years old, with 6 years of inactivity, is going to come back and fight a reigning world champion in Mario Barrios. I think that tells you everything you need to know about how special Manny Pacquiao is and how big it is what he's trying to accomplish. Punisher. Jay Smith, have you noticed how Barrios' eyes always get swollen badly after his last couple of fights? I think it's his last one he did in a white bet Pac-Man gone target that eye. Watch. I'm going to tell you like this, Punisher. Manny Pacquiao he's going in there not just like someone just pointed out for a payday, trying to get money. Nah. He trying to make history. You're going to see, I don't know how long he's going to be able to hold it up, but you're going to see an aggressive Manny Pacquiao. You're going to see a Manny Pacquiao that's going to try to take it to Barrios. Can he hold it up for 12 rounds? Is Mario Barrios going to be able to use his height and reach and timing to offset Manny Pacquiao like Ugas did? Because you got to remember, his last professional fight was versus Ugas. And he just could not get past that reach. He couldn't get it going at any time during that fight. John Parham, salute my brother. Bam. Raw Dog, I got Fundora, Barrios, and Pacheco, and Usyk. Good picks. I got Tszyu. I got Manny Pacquiao for the upset. I got Pacheco and Usyk as well. The nobody. But how do you control the center of the ring? I mean, you control the center of the ring, number one, with your jab. That's always going to be the number one tool, because for you to control the center of the ring, you have to be able to move forward too. Remember, you have to be able to move forward. But controlling the center of the ring is based on your aggressive level. The more aggressive fighter is going to control the center of the ring. So if me and you if the fight started, right, we go towards each other and you let your hands go, I'm going to either eat some punches or back away. or let my hands go and we're going to exchange. Once we start exchanging, somebody's going to have to back away, right? The person who stays there is going to control the middle of the ring. So it's just going to depend on the aggression level. If we both aggressive fighters, when that first bell rings, we're going to find out who's going to control the center of the ring. Or I could start boxing you at first, and boom, then hurt you, then step up my aggressiveness, and then I'll start controlling the center of the ring. But usually the center of the ring is controlled by the fighter who's being either more aggressive or landing the bigger shots. So the other fighter's having to move around more. But like I said before, controlling the center of the ring does not dictate who's going to win a fight. If you go into a fight thinking I'm going to control the center of the ring, then you might end up getting knocked out. Because now if you ran into a guy that can handle your punches and he's going to give them back to you, like for example, Big Baby, remember how he got slept? And now look at Berlanga, how he got slumped. And Berlanga wasn't even trying to control the center of the ring, but he was trying to go toe-to-toe with his opponent. And you saw that played out. John Parham, we had Shakur last night on Cigar Talk. Last night for 2 hours. I haven't seen the video. Actually, when I woke up this morning, I saw somebody talking about it, that Shakur was on there. John Parham, Pac is locked in. That's a fact. Manny Pacquiao is locked in. That's why I'm saying he has a realistic possibility of beating Mario Barrios. And then what happens? Is Floyd Mayweather going to just sit this one out? Or is he going to try to take that from Pac-Man? Yeah, tell me. Yeah, tell me. Raw dog, Manny has no business getting a title shot after being out this long. Yes, he do got business getting a title shot. He got it. I know that you don't like Manny Pacquiao, but yes, if you're a legend, if you're all-time great, if you have accomplished so much and you decide that you want to get a title shot, yeah, you deserve it. Hell yeah. So I disagree with you, my man. You don't jump the active fighters. Normally, you would be right. But if you're a great fighter who's more accomplished than all of those active fighters, yeah, you jump them over. Yes, you actually do. John Parham, decent argument. Punisher. So have you seen that eye of Mario Barrios always getting swollen lately? Have you seen it? In 6 years of inactivity, you don't count the exhibition with the bigger and younger Ampo. He wanted to KO Manny. So I would say the eye and all that stuff, I don't really pay too much mind to it, to be honest, because every fight, it's its own scenario. It's its own situation. So he might not have any issue with the eyes in this fight. You never know. So I don't really put too much weight on that. As far as Mario's being bigger and younger, that could be a factor. The exhibition, him doing an exhibition with a bigger, younger guy, I don't put that much weight into it because it was exactly that, an exhibition. So even though this guy was trying to land some bombs on Manny, but still it's a guy who is not, a fighter who has the type of resources to do anything significant. So we're going to see how it really goes down when Barrios and Pacquiao step in the ring. And it's like I told y'all, if Manny Pacquiao wins this fight, I absolutely see Floyd Mayweather stepping out of retirement and challenging Pac-Man for his title, and we'll get that rematch. That shit would be crazy. It would be crazy, my people. Real talk. Raw dog, just do like Puello and clinch. El fantasma de Geraldo Ledén. Buenos días, bro. Bendiciones. Buen día, hermanito mío. Bam. John Parham. Somebody ducking the like. Oh, my goodness, man. 3 likes and 6 people. Half of y'all ducking. Raw dog. Foreman was an all-time great, and he had to earn a title shot during his comeback. Okay? So, he didn't have to earn a title shot. He chose to fight to get tune-ups. That's the difference. You see? You frame it the way you want to frame it. George Foreman didn't want to come after that inactivity straight to a title shot. He wanted to come and work his way in. And that's what he did, and did it successfully. Manny Pacquiao ready to go for the big guns. You don't like it because you don't like Manny Pacquiao. You have that bias, my brother. The nobody. But Jay Smith, aren't you worried for Pacquiao's health. Last time he was in the ring, Ugas put him in the hospital. So, I gotta say this. My answer to that is yes. Yes, I'm worried about the health of any fighter who's 40 and above. Anybody who's 40 years old and above, I am worried about their health. However, I will trust their judgment. If Manny Pacquiao feels like he's ready to compete at the highest level, then I respect that. I respect it. Like, do you? And then after the fight happens, we're gonna know, was he really ready to fight at that level or not? And we'll be able to say, damn, it was a bad decision, or you see, he did it again. That's the thing. I'm not ready to count Manny Pacquiao out because he proved us wrong with Keith Thurman. You know, just because he lost to Ugas doesn't mean that he's done. Why? Before beating Keith Thurman, he had lost multiple times. How many times Manny Pacquiao lost before losing to Keith Thurman? 5, 6, 7? I mean, before losing to Ugas. 5, 6, 7? And he still was able to beat undefeated world champion Keith Thurman. So I always tell people, a loss versus one fighter has absolutely nothing to do with what's going to happen when these two fighters meet up. So I ask you guys, do you believe that Floyd Mayweather will step out of retirement and fight Manny Pacquiao should Pac-Man beat Mario Barrios on Saturday? That's the magic question right there. Will Floyd Mayweather step out of retirement, my people? That is the magic question. Punisher, this fight is so interesting. For real, can't wait. Whole card stacked. Yo, we're gonna have a good time. And y'all know I'm gonna be calling them fights. Y'all know how I do. We're gonna get it in. The nobody, but Jay Smith, the Keith Thurman fight was 6 years ago. Uga was 4 years ago. And both his eyes were injured and he was put in a hospital. Like I said, I trust Manny Pacquiao's judgment. If he feels like he can win this fight, then I'm going by that. Telling you, my brother, I'm trusting his judgment. Look, you're telling me about the injuries that he sustained in previous fights. You don't have to tell me that, my guy, because it's like I told you. Yes, I am worried. I'm worried. I said earlier that there's a possibility Manny Pacquiao could get old right in front of us, and we could watch him get pummeled. We could watch him get battered right in front of our eyes. I don't want to see that happen, but I'm telling you, it could happen. However, I thought it was going to happen when he faced Keith Thurman. You see what I'm saying? I thought it was going to happen when he faced Keith Thurman, and look, he made me look goofy as hell. All I'm saying, had me looking goofy as hell, because I was sure Keith Thurman was going to put the beats on him. He ain't going to have me looking goofy as hell again. John Parham. Pac did just lose the election, so I'm sure he's coming full force. I think Floyd will. John Parham. The money will be nice. Raw dog. Yeah, Manny scared us versus Marquez. I'm telling you, man. Manny, you know, if you look at, and that's why Manny Pacquiao is an icon. If you look at Manny Pacquiao's career, he's taken losses. He's taken beatings. He's been slept brutally and has still been able to keep accomplishing, keep winning titles, keep beating world champions. Beat Keith Thurman at 40 years old. So all I'm saying is that losing to Ugas doesn't mean that he's done. Look the way he lost to Marquez. And after that, he became a world champion again. So do you want to count Manny Pacquiao out? I say no. Don't do it. Don't do it. If he get old in front of our face on Saturday, we might watch him get pummeled. It might be a brutal beating. But I'm telling you right now, I'm rocking with Manny Pacquiao to make history. Why? Think about the fighters who have won world titles in their 40s. George Foreman, Bernard Hopkins, the Magic Man Antonio Tarver. All of these fighters were great fighters, and they were still able to accomplish in their 40s. Manny Pacquiao is a great fighter, an all-time great. So therefore, if anyone can win a title in their 40s, it's Manny Pacquiao. Don't count him out. That's all I'm saying, my peoples. You know what it is. This is Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning, my peoples. Is Floyd Mayweather going to come back out of retirement if Manny Pacquiao beat Mario Barrios? Y'all tell me. You tell me how you see this whole situation playing out. Because I'm not the type of person who believes a lot in coincidences. And here's something interesting. Yo, John Parham, I know you was there when I originally spoke about the possibility of Floyd Mayweather coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao. That was a couple months ago. The moment they announced Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao, I say, yo, Floyd is coming back if Manny Pacquiao wins. And there was people in the chat like, you crazy, man. You wildin'. That's impossible. And how I seen on the Zone's YouTube channel, an interview, where now they're talking about it, about the possibility of Floyd coming back. So now major outlets are talking about that possibility. So I was goofy as hell when I said it could happen. And now people talking, commenting on those platforms like, yeah, that's a great fight. That's a great, we want to get that. I tell you what, if Manny Pacquiao beats Mario Barrios, I absolutely see Floyd Mayweather stepping out of retirement and challenging him. I see it happening. Clarence McLean, No Duck Zone Podcast. Yo, top of the top, my guy. My G, what's the deal, my brother? Appreciate you dropping in. Yo, check this out, Clarence. Check this out, Clarence. Here's my whole logic, Clarence. If you don't believe in coincidences, like I don't, the fact that Manny Pacquiao is challenging Mario Barrios for his title, and Floyd Mayweather is playing with the idea of coming back, that tells me that if Manny Pacquiao should win his fight and become a world champion, Floyd Mayweather is absolutely coming back to snatch that title from him. The rematch, huge fight, the biggest fight in boxing, Floyd Mayweather back on the scene, Manny Pacquiao. You know the type of explosion this fight will have on a worldwide scale. So yes, that's what I'm rocking with. That's my prediction. Jay Stradamus. If Manny Pacquiao beats Mario Barrios, Floyd Mayweather is coming back to snatch that belt from him. John Parham, he just said Bud was stronger. Alejandro Maldonado, remember my name when I become one of the greats. Alejandro Maldonado, do you box, my brother? Clarence, I heard about that next. Alejandro took inspiration from Crawford deadlifting to single-handedly beat Canelo. Oh, you gonna put the beats on Canelo? That's a fact. You're talking facts right there. The nobody, Floyd coming back to save PBC. It's been rumors PBC has been bankrupt. So, PBC, look, I don't have any factual information to prove that PBC is bankrupt. But I will say it does look like PBC isn't doing good financially. Why? How many PBC cards have we had this entire year? Think about the zone cards. I mean, matchroom cards. You get a matchroom card almost every Saturday. Almost every Saturday, you get a matchroom card. You get a top rank card almost every Saturday, too. You get a Queensberry card. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say almost every Saturday, but you get a lot of Queensberry cards. This whole year, PBC hasn't had 10 cards. Matter of fact, I don't think they have 5 cards this year so far. In the whole year. And we're in July. So, if you're not having cards, your fighters are not active. If your fighters are not active, you're not generating money. How many PBC fighters right now are inactive who haven't fought in years? So, yeah, it doesn't look good for PBC right now. Alejandro Maldonado, because he did say Canelo will lose to Crawford because he can deadlift more. So, Alejandro Maldonado, let me answer to you. I never said that. I said that Crawford is strong and people don't realize that Canelo is not the stronger fighter in the ring. I didn't say that he can beat Canelo because he can deadlift more. I say he can beat Canelo. The thing is that because you're a hater, you listen to what you want to listen. I actually said that he was going to beat Canelo because he has a longer reach, because he has the better footwork, because he's a good counterpuncher, because the two fighters who beat Canelo used the longer reach against him combined with the footwork. The two fighters who beat Canelo didn't need power to beat him. They didn't need to knock him out. They didn't need to hurt him. They were both fighters who don't have a high knockout percentage. Floyd Mayweather, Dimitri Bivol. They beat him and made it look easy. I don't know why you can't understand that. The same attributes, a lot of the attributes that those fighters have, and a lot of the physical attributes that they have, Terrence Crawford has. If you can't understand that, buddy, I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to school you. I'm trying to educate you. Alejandro Maldonado. So I know you want to make up your own little narrative about how I said deadlifting is going to get him to win. Well, come on now. We're not casuals over here, man. We're not people who don't know shit about boxing to say some goofy stuff like that. Stop it. Don't do it to yourself. Nah. It's okay, John Parham. Let him express himself, you know, but we're not going to let him spin a goofy narrative around something that nobody say, you know. Come on now. Stop. Clarence McLean. That's the problem. Can't listen to these dudes. You know, they be saying corny stuff, man, just to get attention. Like, really. Boxing on paper. Do you think anybody at 160 beats Johnny Beck? It seems like the most quiet division at the moment. I would have... Look, man, Johnny Beck can fight. Right now, he's the guy in the division. So, it's hard for me to say that anybody beats him. But I will say, when you see a division like this, like what's going on at 160, it doesn't really mean that there's not elite level guys in there. We just don't know them. That's all it is. When you see a division that's real quiet, some guy's going to come out of nowhere, bro. Whether it's out of Europe, out of Asia, out of Africa, out of the U.S., some guy's going to come out of nowhere in the 160 division. It could be somebody with a record 11-0, 12-0. Boom! With an explosive knockout. It could be on Johnny Beck. And that's when we go, oh, damn. Somebody's going to emerge out of nowhere. So, the fact that just because Johnny Beck is the guy, because he really is, doesn't mean that there's not somebody out there that can take him out. And we just don't know him yet. Because there's, my peoples, I'm telling you, there's a lot of talented fighters out there. A lot. Who we haven't met. We haven't seen. We don't know about. So, you know, the fact that you don't know someone doesn't mean that they can't fight. Alejandro Maldonado. I not know boxing. I never lose a fight in the streets. Because no, you can't fight, of course. But when I was young, I never lose a fight. We don't want to talk about your fighting skills, Maldonado. We want to talk about professional boxers. You know, professional boxers, my guy. Dude barely walk past a gym, let alone been in the ring. Boxing on paper, 160 during Triple G, Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders' time was crazy. No, 160 has had a few runs where there's some just monsters in the division. But right now, there's just not big names on there. But I'm telling you, there's some good fighters that we just don't know, and we just gotta let things play out the way they will. John Parham, dude don't even wear boxers. Raw dog, Johnny Beck versus Lester Martinez will be good at 168. I think, this is what I think. Oh, you see Johnny Beck versus Carlos Adames. I love that fight. I think they should make it happen. I don't know, man. Adames is a ducked fighter, man. People don't want to fight Carlos Adames. Real talk. Real talk. I think Johnny Beck is going to end up moving to 168 to get some big names, to, get some big money fights. Because you know how boxing is. No matter how nice you are, if you're not getting big names in the ring, you're not going to get big money fights. That's just the way it goes. Alejandro Maldonado, Canelo will retire. Bob Crawford, like Mexican warrior. Close his eyes too. Clarence McLean, no Doug Zone podcast, street fight. Coño, my nigga. Alejandro Maldonado, culero, ten respeto. Street fight, what are we talking about, bro? But we digressed. Okay? We not talking about drunken street fights. We talking about, is Floyd Mayweather coming back to face Manny Pacquiao? Is that a possibility? John Parham, he had one fight at 5 years old at a playground and think he's special. Let me know, my peoples. Is Floyd Mayweather? Alejandro Maldonado says, yes, he is. So look, I'm going to say it like this. I agree. That's how I see it too. I see Floyd coming back. And that's a big, big fight, my peoples. That's a big, big fight. Just think about it. It's a rematch. We already saw the first fight, and we saw the Manny Pacquiao, the surgery. Was it an excuse? Did he really, we want to see this rematch. And by the way, let's be honest with ourselves. The first fight didn't play out the way we thought it would. Remember, we thought it was going to be explosive, and they were going to trade fireworks because they dislike each other so much. And it was kind of a letdown because, the build-up, that was like the fight of the century, the biggest fight in history. And they didn't really trade leather like that. Floyd Mayweather used that footwork a lot. Manny Pacquiao was chasing him around, couldn't really cut the ring that good. And it just wasn't an action-packed type of fight like we thought it was going to be. My Dali, I love your language. Appreciate it. John Parham, crazy work. Alejandro Maldonado, respect elder, buddy. John Parham, my Dali, welcome. Raw dog, Floyd always liked money, so probably yes if Manny wins. I hope there's no controversy. Look, with Manny Pacquiao being such a big star and the type of money that he brings into boxing, that's something to look out for. If it's a close decision, are they going to go in his favor? Are they going to go in his favor simply because of the money aspect? Or are they going to just pick the winner based on who won inside of the ring? So, but again, Manny Pacquiao is facing a world champion, a reigning champion. So I think he's going to have to take it from him. He's going to have to take it from him. That's how I see it. Take it from him. Alejandro Maldonado, no me hables. John Parham, Alejandro, since you such a good fighter, punch the like button. Yeah, my peoples. Listen, my peoples. That's 10 likes and 20 of us in the building. And y'all getting this boxing for breakfast. It's going to be this healthy dosage. So stop ducking that light the same exact way that Tank Davis is ducking Shakur. Because y'all know it's real. Y'all know it. By the way, my peoples, did y'all see, well, somebody already mentioned Cigar Talk. Did you guys see that Shakur is looking like a fight between him and Conor Benn is actually quite possible? Think about that. Y'all think about that, my people. Shakur Stevenson versus Conor Benn. That's a big, big fight. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I may even get my good old receipt. I'm gonna even tell you guys right now. Y'all remember that I told you this? With that performance that Shakur Stevenson put together versus William Zepeda, I hope that they never disrespect him again with co-main event. Who should have really been the co-main event on Saturday? They had Shakur Stevenson as the co-main because he was going to run, he was going to be boring, he was going to put people to sleep. Berlanga in the main event, he was going to let off the fireworks. And what happened? Shakur was spectacular. Floyd Mayweather-like. And Berlanga got slumped. Who should have been the main event? So, I don't think they ever going to disrespect Shakur with no main event, with no co-main event. They can't do that. They saw what he do, what he about. They seen it. So, think about Conor Benn versus Shakur Stevenson. Probably, of course, main event, because Shakur ain't going to be co-main event no more. You can forget about that. Main event, a big stadium in the UK. That's a big, big fight. Big fight. Count me in. Y'all could count me in, my people. That's a fight I want to see. Which, by the way, I got Shakur winning it. I got Shakur winning that fight. Boxing on paper. You think Joelis Hernandez could catch Johnny Beck before he moves up? Or is he too fresh? The thing is, number one, he's fresh. And number two, Johnny Beck isn't. Which means that for Johnny Beck, it would be ideal to catch him now rather than wait and when he's on the decline, allow this young man to fight him. So that's a fight that I believe Johnny Beck either takes soon or doesn't take at all. Or we won't see it. That's my take. Raw Dog. Turkey said he pressured Shakur to be more action-packed. Alejandro Maldonado. Just not think strength win with understanding now. Sorry, hermano. Yeah, it's not just power, you know. Boxing, power, skills, movement. There's a lot of aspects to boxing. At Raw Dog, as far as what Turkey said, it doesn't matter what he said, man. Shakur Stevenson, Bud Crawford, and these elite level fighters, they're going to fight the way they're going to fight. They're not listening to anybody else. These are, you know, some of the greatest fighters of this era. They're going to go down as all-time greats. They're not listening to no Turkey who never boxed a day in his life. They're going to do what they got to do to win. But we digress, my peoples. Oh, wait a minute. Let me drop some news on y'all. Some breaking news. Some Box Center exclusive breaking news, my peoples. Ooh, I'm going to give y'all the breaking news. Y'all about to find out what's really going on, my peoples. Guess what? Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm dropping a new show. Live. My peoples. It's a live taping of a show where there's going to be segments. We're going to be debating about different fighters, about different topics. You guys are going to be able to chime in. And here's the breaking news for you guys. I got a co-host. For the first time since Box Center dropped, Jay Smith is going to be dropping in with a co-host. So it's not just going to be me. It's going to be me and somebody else. And we're going to be going back and forth, my peoples. We're going to be debating. We're going to be trash talking. And you guys are going to be in on the conversation. So get ready. Let me give you the name of the show. Punchlines. My peoples. Punchlines is going to debut tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You don't want to miss it. We got some fire. Well, you already know what it is, my people. Anybody who's been down with Box Center, you know that the content that's been dropping on here, it's been fire consistently. Yo, punchlines is gonna be no different. No different. So tonight at 8 o'clock, y'all don't want to miss that. I'm gonna put it to you like this: the the not the notification. It's already up. The scheduled live is already up. Do not miss out the debut episode of Punchlines. Hit the notification. Go to that shit. Bam, hit that notification. Because it's going to be lit, my peoples. This is the debut episode. Just to give you the heads up. In this debut episode, you're going to get to meet my co-host. Find out a little bit about him. Find out a little bit about me. I'm going to talk to y'all about what the show is going to be about. And we're going to kick it off. And I'm telling you, man, it's going to be some straight up for boxing fans. If you're a boxing fan, if you're a fighter, if you're a coach, you're going to love Punchlines. I promise you, my peoples. But let's get back to boxing. Let's get back to boxing. If Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao fight each other, who do you have winning that fight? Alejandro Maldonado. Punchline sounds like a good name for that. It's a good name, but the show's got to be good, right? For it, you know, because if it's a good name and then the show is whack, you're going to be like, whatever. Wait till you see the show tonight at 8 p.m. is going to drop. And you guys are going to get to meet. You see the co-host? That's a secret. Nobody knows who the co-host is going to be. You know, the only person who knows who the co-host is going to be for Punchlines is his mom. That's it. Nobody knows. And nobody's going to know. So you guys will find out who the Punchline co-host with Jay Smith is going to be tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Aroma Sound, we already saw how that fight plays out. Floyd beat him already. Okay, but you got to remember, literally the day or a couple of days after Floyd beat him, Manny Pacquiao has shoulder surgery. And I know that people don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear excuses. I got Floyd winning the fight. But can Manny Pacquiao perform better? We don't know. Yes, he's 46 years old, but let's see how he's going to look versus Mario Barrios. If he looks good versus Mario Barrios, will he be competitive versus Floyd, or does he have a chance? That's all I'm saying. Raw Dog, I think I know. John Parham, that young upcoming boxer. Nah. He's actually, if it's who I think you're talking about, he's Dominican and he doesn't even speak English, so he can't be my co-host. Alejandro J. Smith. Well, I'm not gonna be my own co-host. I can't split myself into two and co-host. Hold on one second. Aroma Sound. Floyd will probably beat him even worse. Oh, whoa. Y'all heard that, my peoples? Aroma Sound says Floyd Mayweather will probably give him a worse beating. Damn. John Parham, that is right. Damn, my peoples. So look, let me give y'all a quick drop on Punchlines. Let me give y'all a quick drop. My peoples, Punchlines will drop tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. You don't want to miss it. I'm going to drop in with a co-host. So for the first time ever, a host, someone else other than me, will be on a Box Center show. And it's going to be fire. You're going to get to meet him. You're going to get to meet, obviously you guys know me, but those who tune in for the first time will get to meet me. We're going to start the show. You guys will get to see what it is about. We get to explain it to you. And I'm telling you, it's going to be, you guys are going to enjoy it. You're going to see boxing knowledge. You're going to see boxing information, insight. You're going to see two people having fun, having a good time. Just get ready for Punchlines, because it's going to be like nothing you ever seen before, my peoples. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time tonight. Punchlines. It's going to be on. It's going to be on. John Parham, I think Floyd, but it will go the distance. Yeah, I think that fight goes the distance. I'm not picking a winner just yet, but I think it does go the distance. Raw dog, did Maidana really knock out Floyd tooth? That was a nice shot. Honestly, it looks like he did knock his tooth out. If you see the video, you can see. And the good thing about the video is that that's before special effects. That's before AI. That's before all that. Because if it would have been now, people would have been like, oh, that's AI, that's AI. No, 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 no. That's from back then. That's them cameras from back then. You see the tooth whoop, flying out. Maidana put that shit in a chain and everything. John Power, will Floyd and Pac-Man be 12 rounds? I mean, think about it. It has to be 12 rounds. If Manny Pacquiao beat Mario Barrios, Floyd versus Pac-Man is going to be a title shot for Floyd. Alejandro Maldonado. Floyd posts his training all the time. That's the one thing that Floyd Mayweather stays in shape. He constantly stays in the gym, working out, hitting the bag, sparring. Floyd Mayweather's always training. He's ready to... Look, you never seen a picture or a video of an overweight Floyd Mayweather? Ever. Floyd Mayweather is always within a few pounds of fighting weight. I'm talking about today is Friday. Floyd could make weight by next Friday. By next Friday, he could be on weight to fight. He's good. He's good at what he does. John Parham, good job. But this boxing talk, that's what I'm talking about, man. You talking this boxing. The real, man, it's too much to read that name. Too much time to read that name. We just got to get them goofy asses out of here. So, my peoples, again, we still have to see what Manny Pacquiao is able to do against Mario Barrios. We have to see it because we can get ahead of the fight. We can get ahead of it and just say, you know what? Manny Pacquiao's going to win this fight. Come through right here. This way. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, are you going in the pool today? Are you going in the pool today? Come on, give me a hug. You looking at the birds? You want to give me a hug? So, my peoples, what do you guys think about the whole situation with Shakur Stevenson and Benn? I thought the exchange between them two was super interesting because Benn, he kind of had like a vibe, like he thought he was going to bully Shakur. The way he was talking, like trying to make it seem like, nah, because you soft, and Shakur was like, what's up? Let's fight, what's good? What you want to do? What's up? So you see the difference.
Papá, me cepillé los dientes.
Oh, dame ver. Oh, nice. Ryan, you didn't say hi to the people. Come on, say hi. Come on.
Cuélalo.
Whoa, nice. Come on, say hi to the people. And show them your skills. Show them your punches. No. Right here. Come over here. Here you go. Here you go. You see that, my people? You get ready. 3 years old. Duro. Hey, show them hard like that so they see. See? Got them hands. He got them hands, my people.
Ahorita yo voy a ir.
Hold on, because he want to punch somebody in the face, and I'm telling him, don't be punching people. When I take you to boxing, you going to box with another kid? ¿Dónde te llevamos a todos esos fotos? Okay. In boxing, when I take you to boxing school.
¿Tú eres papá?
See? Clarence McLean, better than these trolls.
Te voy a darle la boca. Si huele bien.
Espérate. En un rato, espérate. John Parr, Aroma Sound, little man got hands. Y'all here. He already trying to let them go. Hold on. Let me get him ready for school. Hold on.
Mamá. Te voy a darle la boca.
Espérate, ahora no. Es como para yo hacer el programa. So, my peoples, Shakur Stevenson versus Conor Benn. Make your predictions. Oh, nah, ain't nobody taking his lunch money. He letting them hands fly. He letting them hands fly. Conor Benn, Shakur Stevenson. Who do you got winning that fight? Y'all know I got Shakur Stevenson. Y'all know it. Trolls can't fight, but damn, they can talk. That's the thing. That's the thing, my guy, that the way that they fight is by talking. And by talking anonymously. We already, listen, trolls are always, and I know some personally, they're always the people who got bullied, the people who got picked on, the people who the girls laughed at and watch us getting the girls while they were being laughed at. Those are the trolls now. So, they got to find something, some way to feel tough, some way to get back to the world for making them what they are. Losers. That's it. That's their way to get back. Once again, my peoples, I personally got Shakur Stevenson beating Conor Benn. If they fight, are we gonna get that fight? I don't know. I don't know yet. They haven't signed contracts. It's kind of a situation where they going back and forth. Hell yeah, John Parent. Can we get 20, man? 14 likes. Doing me, like, I'm telling you, ducking that like the same way Tank Davis is ducking Shakur. Like, there's no difference. It's exactly the same thing going on. Tank need to stop ducking Shakur. Y'all need to stop ducking that like. I see Conor Benn being competitive against Shakur, maybe for the first few rounds when he's going to be super aggressive and Shakur is looking kind of like Zepeda. I see it playing out a little bit like Zepeda's fight, where Zepeda, those first few rounds, he has Shakur Stevenson haters celebrating. Oh my God, he's hitting him. He's getting him. Shakur's losing. Oh my God. I have people hit me up. Shakur's losing. 0 rounds to 3. Zepeda's putting the beats on him. And look, so I think it plays out in similar fashion. Conor Benn comes out fast, letting his hands fly. Shakur Stevenson is looking for angles, looking for the right distance, for the timing. And by the 4th round, that's it. Shakur's already playing with him, picking him apart. Aroma Sound. The 2 weight class difference has me concerned about Shakur, though. I mean, I'm not concerned at all. I'm not concerned at all. The skills difference, the gap in skills has me concerned about Conor Benn. They're going to get cooked out there, made to look easy. John Parham. People was telling Shakur last night not to waste his time on Benn. Damn. Aroma Sound. Conor fought at 160 against Eubank, and he did well. Shakur is a 135-pounder. Again, my brother, it's not all about weight. It's not all about power. I've been trying to tell you. That's the same argument I'm guessing that you're making against Canelo Alvarez. You're going to watch him get whooped. And then that argument is going to disappear for every future fight. Never make it again. If you watch Terence Crawford whoop Canelo, never make that argument again. Nah, because this guy's at a low weight class, and that guy's at a high weight class. And that's not a telling factor. Actually, let me rephrase that. That can be an indicator of how the fight plays out. But when you have a very talented fighter like a Shakur Stevenson, you cannot ignore that to automatically assume that the bigger guy is going to win. Because then you're dismissing the skills of the smaller fighter. And when you do that, you're going to be wrong a lot of times. If it's a special fighter like Shakur Stevenson. Terence Crawford is going to show you that logic is wrong when he beat Canelo. John Parham, good point. But I still got Shakur. I'm telling you. Look, Shakur Stevenson is the type of fighter who's going to be able to outbox someone like Conor Benn. Look what Shakur Stevenson mentioned. And that's a factor. Shakur Stevenson been boxing since he was 5 years old. Conor Benn started boxing when he was 17. Do you know the difference in skill gap between somebody who starts at 5 and somebody who starts at 17? Shakur Stevenson grew up into his body boxing from a little kid. All of the reflexes in the world that you see on Shakur is because he's been boxing since he was 5. His body developed as he was boxing. While Conor Benn started boxing at 17 years old. Men at 17, we're almost done growing. Well, not. I'm pushing it. Not every man because height difference, but Conor Benn is a short guy. He's short. So at 17, he was almost done growing. So the gap in skills between Shakur Stevenson and Conor Benn is significant. Conor Benn is the harder puncher, of course. He can fight, yes. Shakur Stevenson is on another level. Y'all gonna see it. Aroma Sound with Crawford is different. I believe in Crawford. You definitely right about skills pay the bills. Skills for the skills. I got Shakur. I'm just worried about him taking a punch. I mean, look, people was worried about him taking a punch from Zepeda. And he took a few good ones. He never went down. So it's like, why worried about something that hasn't happened when you're especially when you're talking about the best defensive fighter in the game? Like right now, Shakur Stevenson is the fighter who gets hit the least out of every fighter who's active. You're worrying about him, can he take a punch? And this is the guy who doesn't get hit. Clarence McLean, No Doug Zone Podcast. Jay Smith, I gotta get you on my show. You just gotta tell me, my G. You just gotta tell me. Say when, and we'll get it popping. And you know I'm coming in firing on all cylinders. John Parham, Shakur defense, too nice. That's what I'm saying. You know, when there's a skill gap, all that power you got, that ain't gonna mean nothing. When you step in the ring with me, there's too much of a skill gap for you to catch me with that. Aroma Sound, for some reason, I feel like Conor hits harder than Zepeda. Oh, no, Conor definitely hits harder than Zepeda, without a shred of doubt. But why are you making the worried about Shakur being hit, and you're not making the worry about the skill gap and Conor being, made to look like a clown and embarrassed? You're turning the worry in this way, and you're not turning the worry in that way. It looks kind of like you in a way. You sound like you're not really a Shakur. You're not a Shakur fan. When Shakur fight Tank, for example, you going for Tank. Or when Shakur was fighting Zepeda, you was probably saying, "Yo, Zepeda's gonna beat him or Zepeda," because that worry, I find it suspicious, bro. Like I'm worried, and you're kind of like clinging on to that worry that you have when we never even seen Shakur get hit. Nah, I'm a Shakur fan. All right, so as a Shakur fan, my brother, if you in his whole career haven't seen him get hit with a big punch to get rocked in his whole career, why are you worried about that it's going to happen with this guy? When there's such a difference, there's such a big difference in skill gap if you watch them. A big difference. Clarence McCain, copy. You know it, my G. All you got, look. Check it out, Clarence. That's my IG. Just hit my DM and we set it up. No cap. I know you see it backwards, but you could take a screenshot and invert it, pop, and then you're going to see it normal. But that's J_Smith_134. Yeah, that's for my brother Clarence McLean. Boom. My peoples. Fundora versus Tszyu. We got to talk about that. Who do you have winning this fight? Do you think Tszyu walks away with that title? Or is Fundora going to do it again? Same thing as the last time. Take the cut into consideration for your opinion and your prediction. Think about what type of impact that cut had on that fight. What if he doesn't get cut in this one? Because what are the odds that he's going to get another elbow to the head and get cut? So I'm just saying, take that into consideration. Aroma Sound, I got Fundora, John Parham, Jay Smith. Put your info on your description. I put it in my description. I put my Instagram, my Instagram for Jay Smith, my Instagram for Box Center, and my 2 Facebook. I got a Jay Smith Facebook and a Box Center Facebook. All that I already put it up, my brother. The Hydro Grind, Tszyu by knockout. Ooh, with a huge overhand right to the giant. Whoa. Listen, that's a possibility. Look, both fighters could be knocked out by their opponent because they both have, some serious power. I will say, y'all remember that Fundora lost by stoppage. Y'all remember he got stopped. So he can be stopped. And Tszyu has the power to do it. But I have to say, Fundora is going to be the favorite in this fight, and rightfully so. You have to understand, not only did he beat him, but you have to look at what Fundora's been doing, how he's been fighting, how he's been looking in the ring. Sebastian Fundora, my peoples, if you've been in the channel long enough, you know what this means. Sebastian Fundora has been one of those guys. Y'all know what I mean by that. He one of them. Fundora been one of them, my peoples. Real talk. So Tszyu's gonna have his work cut out for him. But I'm leaning towards Tim. And the reason, my peoples, why I am leaning towards Tszyu getting the W is because in that first fight, before he got cut with that accidental elbow, he was looking like he was ready to win that fight. He was putting hands on Fundora. And everything went downhill after he took that bow to the head. But I think Tszyu has what it takes. He has what it takes to win this fight. Uphill battle. It is an uphill battle. And Tszyu lost 2 fights in a row. But let's see. He beat Joey Spencer in destructive fashion. Looked real good in his last outing. That was a 4th round stoppage. We got to see how he's going to look versus Fundora. He's going to be the aggressor. He's going to be the guy coming forward, trying to get on the inside. Fundora's going to be using that length, that reach. Let's see. We saw, I want you guys to take this into consideration, y'all. We saw how Berlanga got pummeled by a taller Shiraz, obviously with a much longer reach. Berlanga got pummeled. Don't let that slip your memory. In this fight, Fundora is going to be the much taller guy. So let's see. Because also Fundora has the skill set to be even more dominant in this fight. And you saw what happened with Tszyu when he faced Bakram Mortasaliev. If you saw that fight, Timmy got dominated. So now he's stepping up versus Sebastian Fundora. I think that Tszyu has a chip on his shoulder right now, simply because he lost 2 in a row, and now he's finally getting that rematch, getting that title shot. Aroma Sound, I think Fundora has been getting better, while Tim has been getting a little worse. Fundora confidence will be sky high. I mean, he already beat him. Once you beat somebody, your confidence is going to be there because you know I can beat you. But I also feel like Tszyu, like his confidence is going to be high too. Why? Remember, like I said, my peoples, that first fight, Tszyu was laying hands on Fundora. Seriously. Viciously. So he already knows I can touch you. I can touch you with these. You're not going to be able, because that's the one thing about Sebastian Fundora. He's not a guy that's going to be using the footwork and trying to get away from you and trying to use angles like, nah. He's going to be there in front of you. He's going to fight you. If you try to walk him down, he's going to fight you. So I think that Tszyu is going to have a tough fight ahead of him because he's going to have to eat some big punches to be able to get on the inside on Fundora. He's going to have to eat some shots on the way in. Bang, 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 and finally get inside. Let his hands go too. Raw dog. Tim's confidence is low right now, bro. Now, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be low versus Fundora. For these two reasons, I'm going to tell you. Number one, he won his last fight in destructive fashion. It was a 4th-round stoppage, and it was brutal. He laid hands on his opponent. And a fighter, when you fight and you do good, especially by knockout, that's going to boost up your confidence right away. Why? Because you already know, yeah, I got it in me. Yeah, I still got that power. Yeah, I can still knock people out. He knows. That's number one. And number two, like I said, he was laying hands on Fundora. He knows he could hit him. Tszyu knows I can hit you. You've been stopped. I got stopping power. Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, I'm gonna put it to you like this, so you know that Timmy is confident. Look at this. Tszyu lost to Sebastian Fundora, right? Then he lost to Bakram Murtasalier. 2 fights in a row. One against Joseph Spencer. Knocked him out in the 4th round. So after one win, he won the Fundora right away. He didn't want to keep trying to working his way in and getting comfortable. Let me give you an example. Look at Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias got outclassed by Josh Taylor. And what he did for 2 fights before a title shots. His first fight was a low-level opponent that you never heard of and you never seen in a very small venue in Puerto Rico right after he lost. Well, months after he lost. And then the second fight back, it was the same thing. Okay fighter that we never heard of in another small venue. And now he's back for a title shot. And he won versus Alberto Puello, which was controversial. A lot of people saw Alberto Puello winning that fight. But all I'm telling you is Tszyu, 1 W, and he already won a Fundora right away. He confident. He feel like he could beat Fundora. I promise you that. John Parham, why people ducking Thurman? I think people, look, I think there's some people who don't want to take the risk, especially how sharp he looked. And then also there's people who not ducking him. There's people who, they would fight Keith, but Keith want a shitload of money to fight them. Boots will fight Keith in a heartbeat, but Keith want a fortune to get in the ring with Boots. I guarantee you that.
Esto es para los que te porta bien. Yo tapé lo que te porta bien, papá. Vamos ahí bajando. Esto es lo que te porta bien, papá.
That's yours? Let me see. Can you read that for me? Read that. What it says right there.
Bueno.
Man, you don't know how to read. You're 3 years old.
Esto es para Tarnate.
Ah, okay. Let me see what Clarence McLean is telling me. Look, Clarence McLean is saying something. Let's just say Tim wins. Should it be a 3rd fight?
Esto es lo que te porta bien, papá.
I'm gonna answer right now, Clarence. I got you. Hold on.
Esto es para darte algo, para lo que te porte bien.
No, espérate, yo lo... So, if Manny Pacquiao, hold on, my bad. If Tszyu beats Sebastian Fundora, should there be a trilogy? I'm going to tell you like this. Ranch, No vocé, Ryan. Espérate. Ven
Yo
aquí.
quiero
No vocé nada.
gritar.
No vocé nada. I think that, honestly,
¡Yo le estoy tocando! Ah,
if, you know what? I'm going to say yes, there should be a trilogy. I'm going to say yes. And you know why, Clarence, I say there should be a trilogy? Because if you think about it, the first fight was brutal.
Papá, yo le vi la Carlote.
See, Tszyu face, blood all over it. It was a mess. So if he's able to come back and win that second fight, I think that it's going to be the perfect making for a trilogy, just the way those first two fights played out. So I'm gonna say yes, make the I'm gonna say yes, make the trilogy happen, simply because these are two fighters that they're gonna give it everything. They're gonna go out there to try to knock each other out, hurt each other, and it's gonna be action packed. Simple as that. It's gonna be an action packed type of fight. So, but for a trilogy, but for but for a trilogy to happen, Tszyu has to win his fight. Rematch. Let's see, my people. Tszyu has to win the rematch. And by the way, Clarence, I got Tim winning. Who you got? I don't know if you made your prediction already.
Hey!
But I got Tim, not because I would like to see a trilogy, but simply because I feel like Tim can win that fight. And look, the first time they fought, my brother, I couldn't even make a prediction because I like both of those fighters. I like Fundora. I like Tim. I support both of them. I follow both of them. And it was hard.
Hey!
It was tough. I was not able to actually make a prediction. Now I'm making it because I'm like, damn, I gotta make it. I gotta do it. People asking for it. I gotta do it. So I'm leaning towards Tszyu, but this is I truly see this as a 50-50 fight.
Saludos. Mario.
Te voy a
Ven, Lili.
matar.
Sube los pies.
Y este es mi favorito.
Está bien, give me a hug.
¿Y usted todo bien?
I love you.
El código es...
Hold on, my people. Fat. Aroma sound. I thought Tim was going to win. ¿Tú viste la llave? ¿Tú viste la llave?
Ay, no.
Ay, que le voy a llevar. Voy a dejar la puerta cerrada. Maestro, yo creo que esa joven que lo está esperando usted.
Agárrame ahí. Esta es la mía.
See you later, Ryan. I love you. I love you. Dominican Republic, my peoples. You see it. We out in the neighborhood. Aroma sound, the rematch, I'm giving Fundora the edge. I mean, I respect that. Because, like I said before, honestly, I feel like this is a 50-50 fight. Both elite level fighters. Both of them got power. And, styles make fights, man. You have the short, hard puncher and the tall guy that can pop. Ghost Killer, RD en la casa. You know it, my people. Dominican Republic in the building in full effect. Bam, bam. Salute. Ooh, bam. Superman in the building. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you dropping in. Yo, my peoples, since there's some new folks who joined the live, I got to let everybody know, man. Breaking news for all of y'all. A new show is dropping tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. My peoples, y'all do not want to miss this new show that I'm dropping for y'all. I promise you. I promise you. If you enjoy boxing for breakfast, this new show, you're going to go crazy when you see it. The name of the show is Punchlines. And guess what? For the first time ever, you guys will get to see a co-host with Jay Smith on Box Center. So Punchlines is going to be me and a co-host, and we're just going to be talking boxing. We're going to be debating about different topics. We're going to be talking to you guys. It's going to be lit. Lit, my peoples. I'm trying to tell you. So do not miss out on the debut episode of Punchlines, which is dropping tonight. Now, my co-host, my peoples, nobody knows who's my co-host. Nobody. So you will find out who's going to be co-hosting Punchlines with Jay Smith tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Y'all don't want to miss the debut episode, my peoples. I promise you. It's going to be lit. It's going to be a boxing show like you never seen before. I promise you. I digress. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. If, that's a big if Manny Pacquiao is able to beat Mario Barrios, what's going to happen? Tell me what's going to happen. And my peoples, y'all see the link right there? Clarence McLean, No Doug Zone Podcast. Yo, my man knows his boxing. Go over there, subscribe. Hit that like button, all that good stuff. Again, it's a tall order to ask Manny Pacquiao to beat Mario Barrios. Can he do it? We're going to find out. I'm sided with Manny Pacquiao. I know he's going to be the underdog. I know that he's going to be the smaller fighter. He's 46 years old. We already know all that. I'm still rocking with him. Why? Because Manny Pacquiao is a fighter who been making history throughout his career. Been making history. So if you think about the champions who were able to gain a title in their 40s, it's legends. It's great fighters. Well, guess what? Manny Pacquiao's a great fighter. If someone has what it takes to become a world champion in their 40s, Manny Pacquiao is that guy. If you want to write him off, go ahead. Go ahead. But I'm telling you right now, I'm even putting a little bit of money on Pac-Man because he's going to be the underdog and he could bring me a little bread. That's all I'm saying. John Pound, Superman, are you in the Bronx too? Or is that G5? Appreciate the 23 likes. A lot of people was ducking that like button, but it's all good. We still going in. We still getting it. What's gonna end up happening with Teofimo Lopez? Because he posted with wearing a PBC hat. And he said something big was coming, but he didn't really say anything. So I'm wondering, is it possible that Teofimo Lopez will be fighting Gary Antoine Russell? Because that's the only champion in the 140 division who a PBC fighter. Could it be? I want to see that fight. What do you guys think about Gary Antoine Russell and Teofimo Lopez? Green Ranger, smash that like button. Salute, Green Ranger. I appreciate you, my G. Bam. Hell yeah, my brother. Tell me, my peoples, what do y'all think about that? Clarence McLean, shout BK. Probably Real Moon, Lopez, Easy. Damn, my guy, Easy. Have you seen Gary Antoine Russell fighting? Easy. Green Ranger, appreciate you, my brother. You already know what it is, man. Bam. Ozzy, Yer. What's the deal, Ozzy? Talk to me. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. If that fight happens, who do you got winning it? Who wins the rematch? And when I ask Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, who wins the rematch, I'm assuming, we all have to assume that they're both going to show up on fight night in great health. Great physical shape. Nobody got a little injury, not even a little bad pinky toe. Both fighters are in great shape should they rematch who wins that fight. Ozzy, Manny looking like he built some good muscle. He looked good. He had a good training camp. That's why I was trying to tell people, bro, you cannot judge Manny Pacquiao by what he did in an exhibition fight, man. You think great fighters like that are going to actually prepare for an exhibition? Yeah, I mean, you go to a gym and do a little something to move around, but it's not a real training camp like for a fight like what he got going on now. Now, it's going down for real. So Manny Pacquiao, even when you watch him, now he looks sharp as hell. I don't know if at 46 years old, he's going to be able to maintain the pace for 12 rounds. That's one thing to consider, you know. Can he maintain the speed and the punch output? I don't know. Because for him to beat Barrios, he's going to have to... Whoa. For him to beat Barrios, he's going to have to apply pressure. He's going to have the taller opponent that could hit him from a certain distance. So Manny Pacquiao is going to have to apply pressure on Mario Barrios. Giovanni Walker, what up, Jay Smith? Giovanni, what's the deal, my G? Bam. Aroma Sosa, Barrios is also 6 feet tall. That's what I was saying earlier. The difference in height and reach advantage in Barrios' favor is something that Manny Pacquiao is going to have to overcome. You're going to be all the way over here where he can't reach Barrios, and Barrios is popping him with the jab. But that's the beauty. If you understand boxing, that's the beauty of a guy like Manny Pacquiao. If you, especially anybody who box my peoples will tell you, when you have a fighter who has a lot of reach advantage on you and they have a very good jab, it's hard to get inside that range because I can't hit you from over here, but you can hit me, right? So you're like, pop, pop, and I can't reach you. So now for me to get inside of that nice-ass jab that you got, I got to try to slip and counter you. Bang! I got to try to find a way to get into that. That's the beauty of watching a Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao will be fighting a guy that's 6 feet tall. He all the way over here, and watch how he's going to cut that reach, make that reach disappear. He all the way over here. Right? Manny Pacquiao will be like... Watch Manny Pacquiao, how he has this quick double step that he does. Look at my... He has this little... I can't do it like him, my people. I'm not Manny Pacquiao. But he has this quick double step that he does. That he goes from, I can't reach you, to I'm right in front of your face in a split second. Look at when he dropped Keith Thurman the way that he did it. Exhibit A. Check that out. He can close the gap like this. Bang. And let them hands go on you. And Barrios, I think that's why Manny Pacquiao picked Barrios and not Brian Norman Jr. Barrios is not a fast guy. He doesn't have a lot of speed. Mario Barrios is a guy who's more about his precision punching. He throws combinations, let the punches go. He'll brawler, applies pressure when he needs to. But he's not a guy that's going to try to outbox you, right? Mario Barrios is going to brawl with you. Manny Pacquiao, bro, he's going to be able to close that gap on him and let the hands go. Why? Mario Barrios is not going to... Look, Mario Barrios is not going to do this. That's not the type of fight that you're going to get from Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios is going to stand in there with Pacquiao and boom, 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 and try to bang with him. You're going to see that type of fight. So Manny Pacquiao has a chance. If it would have been somebody that's going to, you know, outwork him, outplay with him in the ring, move around, make him chase, like Floyd, Manny Pacquiao is going to struggle. Mario Barrios is going to be there to be hit. He's gonna look to outgun Pac-Man. So it's going to be a good fight. Aroma sound. Manny can definitely slip and counter. If this fight was before his Ugas fight, I would have Manny hands down. Ooh, Giovanni Walker in the building. Giovanni Walker, my brother. Bam. You already know my quote. $2 is not going to make you any poorer. They're not going to make me any richer. But it shows that you appreciate what I'm doing out here, my brother. I do it for the sweet science. I do it for me. I do it for y'all. So I really appreciate you, my brother. Like I said, man, Manny Pacquiao, you know, I really do believe that he has an opportunity to make history versus Mario Barrios. It's a good matchup. It's a good matchup. Is he going to be the underdog? I already said it, yes. There's a reason for him to be the underdog. It's very few fighters in the history of the sport of boxing who became world champions in their 40s. Talking about, and I mentioned those names earlier, Bernard Hopkins, George Foreman, the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver. Salute to Antonio Tarver. So all I'm saying is that these fighters that I just mentioned are great fighters. So they were able to become world champions in their 40s. Is Manny Pacquiao a great fighter? Y'all tell me. Is he a great fighter? The answer is yes. In fact, you see how I mentioned the names of the fighters who became world champions in their 40s, right? Tarver, Hopkins, Foreman. Pacquiao also belongs in that list. He was 40 years old when he beat Keith Thurman. So he already showed us that at an older age, he can beat a world champion who's operating at an elite level, young, undefeated, when it comes to Keith Thurman. And something else I want to say, I want you guys to consider this. There are those who are saying, nah, because Pacquiao, he got beat by Ugas. So since Pacquiao got beat by Ugas, imagine what's going to happen now, right? I'm pretty sure you guys seen people say that, right? We've seen people say that, oh, well, his last fight was actually Ugas. And Ugas did him in. Okay, you're right. You're 100% right. Ugas did do Manny Pacquiao in. Okay, you're right, but here's this. Hear me out. Hear me out with this one then. Ugas did beat Manny Pacquiao. So based on that, your logic is that he's going to lose again now. Do we not remember that Juan Manuel Marquez absolutely obliterated Manny Pacquiao with one of the most brutal knockouts that we've seen in boxing history? Manny Pacquiao became a champion after that. After getting going to sleep, after getting slept, unconscious, counting sheep, Manny Pacquiao became a champion again. That's actually a sign of greatness. For you to lose, and lose in devastating fashion, and become a champion again, that's a sign of greatness. So if you take into account that he came back from a devastating knockout and still became a world champion, why would you think that losing to Ugas means that he's done? When he lost in worse manner and came back and showed out. So don't use what happened versus Ugas to determine what's going to happen now. That's all I'm saying. Giovanni Walker, Pacquiao conditioning will be everything. Look, man, based on what I'm seeing, the little footage that's coming out, Pacquiao looked like he's in extremely good shape. He looks fast. He looks sharp. He looks strong. He looks good, man. He looks real good. But look, I will say, even though I believe that Pacquiao is gonna pull it off, I also understand that at 46 years old, we don't know what we're gonna get, right? We don't know. It's a big question mark. We don't know how he's gonna react when Barrios catch him with a big shot. We don't know how he's gonna react if he gets hurt. We have to see it. He's 46 years old, so I understand that. So here's also something to keep in mind. When you look at Bernard Hopkins, George Foreman, and Antonio Tarver, guys who became world champions in their 40s, all of them are big dudes. They big dudes. So even in their 40s, okay, you're older, but you're bigger than the guy that you're fighting. Hopkins was bigger than his opponent. Foreman was bigger. Tarver was big. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Dude's big. So when you're in your 40s and you big, you still got a better chance. Pacquiao is 46 and small compared to Mario Barrios. Pacquiao small compared to Barrios, my peoples. The advantage that he has is the speed advantage. He's going to be faster than Mario Barrios. John Parham, Jay Smith, I don't know if you answer me, but is it expensive to send a kid to school over there? Relatively speaking, I would say yes. I mean, there's public school out here. But I'll give you an example. My kid is not in public school, and what I pay for him monthly, there's people that pay less than that for their rent. What people pay for rent, I gotta pay for my kid to go to school. So relatively, it is kind of expensive, I would say. But it's all relative. But it is. Most people, I would say, can have their kid, in a school where they're gonna pay. The average Joe can pay, their own rent and that much money for their kid's school. Lucky for me, we're lucky enough that we own our property. We don't pay rent. We own this shit. So. But if I was paying rent, I would be struggling real hard to pay for my son's school. I would be struggling if I had to pay rent. I'll tell you that right now. My peoples, let me know. This fight, it's about this weekend. It's about to go down. Final predictions. Manny Pacquiao, Mario Barrios. Who's winning on Saturday? You tell me. Y'all tell me, my people. Manny Pacquiao is trying to make history. And Mario Barrios is ready for even the backlash that can come from him beating up an old legend. So make your predictions and let me see what y'all got. Let me see who y'all predicting is winning this fight. First one in the building. Maker. Pac-Man by decision. We got one for Pac-Man. Love More Hinduism. Barrios. One for Barrios. We got the hybrid grind. Pac-Man by split decision. We got two for Pac-Man, one for Barrios. You see, he's not such an underdog, right? Aroma Sound. My heart says Manny by decision. My brain says Mario by KO. Whoa, Mario Barrios. It's split right now, my peoples. Two of you say Manny Pacquiao is going to win. Two of you say Mario Barrios. Oh, no, three of you. Three of you got Barrios winning. Giovanni Walker. Barrios is going to reign, maybe stoppage. Ooh, maybe stoppage in the 10th round. Giovanni Walker got Mario Barrios putting the Swiss baits on Manny Pacquiao. Love More Hinduism. Manny should do this. Like I said, man, y'all know it. I'm rocking with the underdog. I'm rocking with the legend, the icon, the all-time great, Manny Pacquiao, to pull it off and walk out of there with the W. This is one of those that is tough to predict just because the age factor, the inactivity, and all of that stuff. But I still got Manny. Green Ranger, I'll go with Manny. John Parham, Manny. John Parham keeps sleeping on Pac. I'm telling you, man. I made the mistake of sleeping on Manny Pacquiao when he was gonna fight Keith Thurman. I said Keith Thurman was gonna knock him out. I said he was too old. I said Keith Thurman was gonna probably embarrass him. And look what happened. Look what happened. Look what happened. Manny Pacquiao with his little double hop, with his little double step forward, was putting all type of hands on Keith Thurman. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen it, my people. Next prediction. Let's move on to the next one. If my peoples, y'all really, everybody who answered, I need you to answer this one right here, my peoples. This is a good one. This is a good one. If Manny Pacquiao, wait a minute, the Hydro Ground, remember Tank versus Barrios? And I think Pac is faster than Tank. That's a good point. Now, I want you to answer this, my peoples. If Manny Pacquiao beats Mario Barrios to become a world champion once again at 46 years old, will Floyd Mayweather come back, give him the rematch? Will we see Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather? You tell me. Shy Guy, we don't want to see that. So, Shy Guy, let me tell you, your answer shows a lot of weakness within you. It shows weakness. It even shows weakness as a person. You know why? Because when you say we, you want to talk for other people. You want to include other people with your opinion. You got to know how to have your own opinion and be your own man, son. Say, I don't want to see it. Don't talk for other people. There's going to be other people here that want to see it. You want to talk for them? Be a man. You see? That's the weakest thing people do, and they don't even notice. Oh, we don't want to see it. We don't want that. We don't want that. Who are you talking about we? Talk for yourself, G. If you want to hate, hate for yourself. Don't make other people haters with you. You don't want to see it? Cool. You don't want to see it. There's a lot of people that want to see it. Aroma Sound. I think Floyd could come back for over 100 million. You know, I don't know how much money that fight would generate. I don't know if the rematch would generate as much as the first one, to be honest. And I say that because they're both a lot older. The first fight wasn't action-packed. And how much can we really expect in this one? So, I don't know if it's going to generate as much money as the first one. But it still is going to generate a lot of money. I don't know if it's 100 million, but it could be. Look, it might even generate more money than the first one. You never know in this era. We got to see that. We got to see it. Shy Guy, I think I can speak for a lot of people. No, Shy Guy, speak for yourself. When you try to speak for... What you're doing is grouping other people with you to try to make your opinion popular. Because you say, we don't want to see that. No, don't try to group other people in with you. Speak for yourself. Be a man about your word. Be strong. Don't be weak. Trying to bring in other people with you that's not asking to be included with you. That's weak. Green Ranger, Tyson fought Jones Jr. Why not? And they got the bag. They got the bag. Giovanni Walker, did you hear about the ticket sales already for Canelo and Terence Crawford? 10,000 already sold. 91,000. Oh my God, yo, I did not hear about that. That's crazy. Crazy. Aroma Sound, Turkey would have to pay for that fight. Shy Guy, y'all want to see that fight? Come on, weak stuff. Let's do a poll. Now you pushing it. Now you want to, look. Create a YouTube channel and do a poll. How the fuck you gonna come over here bringing up what you want to do? Nah. I want to spread my narrative. Let's do a poll for my narrative. You wildin' out, bro. Sit back and watch the show. John Parham, I definitely watch it. Of course, I want to watch it. I want to watch it. Listen, the fact that there's already people talking about it shows there's interest. How you gonna be? Nah, let's do. What the fuck? You want me to give you the code too so you can log in and do the show? You want to do the show yourself? Man, people be wilding out, man. Do not. And look, this is not for Shy Guy. I'm not saying this to Shy Guy. I'm saying this to everybody. To everybody. The moment you start saying we don't want to see it, you're already embarrassing yourself because you're showing your mental weakness. You're showing that you know you have a weak-ass, lame line, so you're trying to include other people with you subconsciously to make your stance more popular. Look what Shy Guy's saying. Nobody want to watch that hugging fight. Look, he's talking for everybody else. That's what he do. People who are weak, that's what y'all do, bro. You talk for other people. It's only you saying that you don't want to watch it. Why you got to talk for other people? Let the other people say what they want to see, what they don't want to see. You look goofy as hell trying to talk for other people. Right now in this chat, there's people that want to see that fight that's interested. Watching you say that nobody want to see it. So they nobodies? Come on, man. You sound goofy as hell. Aroma Sound. Mayweather coming out of retirement against anyone will be a big event. I believe it's a big event. I'm not sure if it's as big. I'm not sure if it's as big as the first one, simply because you got to remember the first one, we already said it was 5-6 years too late. They was both past their prime. We already said that in the first one, and it still generated a lot of money. But for this one right here, they're both way past their prime. So can we really think that they're going to make the same amount of money that they made back then? We can say that both of them are officially washed on spin cycle, both of them. So how much can you really expect? Can you really expect fireworks? So I don't know. I don't think that they're going to make as much money as the first time around. But, yo, even think about this. If Floyd Mayweather gets $80 million and Manny Pacquiao gets $50 million, that is still a huge event. That is still the biggest fight in boxing. I'm just comparing it to the first one. Giovanni Walker, Mr. J. Smith, you have to understand, I want a boxing chat like yours. You're going to have a lot of super trolls. Oh, yeah, I know it. I know it. They go up in here and try to act like, but come on. Shy Guy, okay, so now you still want to see that fight? Shows your knowledge of boxing. Wanting to see a fight shows your knowledge of boxing? Tell me, find different ways to tell me that you never boxed a day in your life. Never boxed a day in your life. You the one that line tells me that you think because you watch boxing, you know boxing. You don't know shit about boxing, bro. Be a fan, enjoy the sport. You don't know shit about it. Raw Dog, do you see Floyd have the referee change mid-fight versus Gotti? I remember that. I don't remember exactly what happened. If the referee was like being overly controlling towards Floyd. What happened that made Floyd feel like he was being against him? But I remember that. That's power. That's power. I didn't remember that it was versus Gotti. But I do remember him changing the ref. John Parham, Floyd and Pac will do numbers. I agree. They'll get it done. It'll be a big event. Clarence McLean, trolling at its finest. They be trying it, man, but the thing is that I'm untrollable. I be cooking them out here. I be out here cooking them. They be out here getting cooked, sauteed, baked, microwaved, all of that. Clarence McLean, get your own channel, son. How you show up in somebody else's channel telling them what to do? Telling them how they're gonna run this shit. Yo, people be wildin', B. John Parham, Aroma, agree, but people will still tap in. Hide your grind. If it's an exhibition, I don't want to see it. It's not going to be an exhibition, my brother. I could pretty much guarantee you. Why? If Manny Pacquiao wins a world title versus Mario Barrios, that's a major title, by the way, not a secondary, not a Mickey Mouse belt. If Manny Pacquiao gets that, Floyd is going to challenge him to try to take that belt. It's going to be a real fight. Forget about exhibition. Because if it was an exhibition, it wouldn't be in Floyd's favor. He wouldn't be able to take that title from him. I believe that Floyd Mayweather is not just going to come back for the bag, for that money. He's going to come back to make history. And he'll become the oldest welterweight in history by beating Manny Pacquiao. That's what he's trying to do. He ain't trying to do no exhibition. You can forget about that, bro. Forget about that. Clarence McLean. Gotta go, my guy. My show started now. Yo, Clarence McLean, I appreciate you, my G. Bam. You already know, man. I don't even gotta wish you luck on your show. I know you're gonna kill it out there. Do your thing, my boy. So, my peoples. So, here's the last magic question. Because Boxing for Breakfast is gonna finish with one last question for y'all. I need you to make your predictions. Need you to make your predictions for this one. Here's the last question. Here it is. If Shakur Stevenson and Conor Benn decide to actually fight, sign the contracts, and it goes down this year, who do you got winning that fight? Who do you think wins between Conor Benn and Shakur Stevenson? Ernest Morales, either way, the Canelo fans wanted to. Aroma Sound, you don't got no answer? Shy Guy, I think that fight was the most anticipated fight, but it was not worth the pay-per-view. I agree with you. The pay-per-view was expensive and the fight didn't live up to the expectations. The Hydro Grind, repeat the question. My daughter was yelling. I got you, my brother. Conor Benn, Shakur Stevenson. If they end up signing contracts, fighting this year, who you got winning that fight? Green Ranger, Shakur. Aroma Sound, I have to go with Shakur. Shy Guy, now you want to watch that? What do you, I don't know what you watching. I don't even know what you're asking, man. The Hydro Grind, Shakur, easy. John Parham, Shakur, easy work. Whoa. So everybody got Shakur Stevenson beating Conor Benn? There was somebody earlier. I don't know if he left, but there was somebody earlier who said, yo, I got Conor Benn knocking out Shakur Stevenson. Where you at? Make your prediction. Let's get them receipts. Because y'all know I'm going to be pulling this up. If they fight, y'all know I'm going to be pulling this up on y'all. But this, right now, this poll, I'm going to be posting it today. Get your predictions. The Hydro Grind. Conor can't even touch him. There you go. Shy Guy. The Pac, you agree. We talking about Conor Benn and Shakur Stevenson. You stuck on Pac, man. Move on, my guy. Let's get it. Ricardo Maya, what's up? Ricardo Maya, what's up, my brother? Shakur Stevenson, Conor Benn. If they fight at the end of this year, who you got, Ricardo? Ernesto Morales, come on with it. It's going to come down to supreme skills. Shakur. John Parham, Shakur said he about to keep up the style of boxing he just displayed. Come on, man. I've been trying to tell people Shakur is 28 years old. Floyd became the face of boxing at 30. Let that sizzle in your spirit. When Floyd Mayweather beat Oscar De La Hoya, that's when he became the face of boxing at 30 years old. Shakur is 2 years away from being 30. Look at all the accomplishments in the different divisions. Shakur is one big fight away from being the face of boxing, bro. Shakur is going to be the face of boxing. Y'all heard it right here. Before, wow. That's the thing, my people. When you stay in boxing long enough, you're going to understand why I'm the human algorithm. Why? Because I foresee shit before it even happens. I see the way that people talk about Shakur, and it's identical to the way that they used to talk about Floyd. Oh, that he runs too much, that he's too boring, that he don't got no power, he don't knock people out. Everything that they're saying about Shakur, they used to say it about Floyd. Floyd was the best defensive fighter of his era. Shakur is the best defensive fighter of this era. Look, after his last performance, people saying Floyd 2.0. I was calling the fight. I said it. I don't know if I'm watching Shakur or I'm watching Floyd up in that ring. So, the way Shakur's career is building, he's headed towards being the face of boxing, y'all. All that hate that people give Shakur only grows his popularity. He only gets bigger and bigger. And now look how he performs. When everybody said he was going to run and he was going to be boring, out there looking like Floyd Mayweather. He's going to be the face of boxing, my people. Remember that I told you that. If you don't believe me, wait and see. Ricardo Maya, I got Shakur. Is there a rehydration clause? So I didn't see the cigar talk show where he supposedly talked about that. I'm not sure. I think there may be, but I'm not sure because I didn't see the interview. Shy Guy, Shakur will get KO if he fight like Zepeda. That's because you don't know shit about boxing. You think that. Mike Robinson, Conor Benn KO Shakur. Shakur ain't taking that fight. Shakur ain't taking that fight. He's trying to make that fight. What are you talking about? He's trying to make that fight. What are you talking about? And if you believe that he knocks him out, cool. But I'm telling you, Shakur will make it look super easy. The skills difference, it'll be easy. Shakur dancing circles around him, embarrassing him. Mike Robinson, Conor Benn, Ricardo Maya. I want to see Haney versus Shakur at 140. Listen, bro. Haney versus Shakur might never happen because Haney don't want to fight Shakur. He's never wanted to fight him. So if he didn't fight him at 135, when Shakur was his mandatory, when he was being forced to fight him, he's not going to fight him when he doesn't have to. Devin Haney wants nothing to do with Shakur Stevenson. That's why you see he called out everybody except Shakur. Devin Haney said, yo, Tio, let's fight. Yo, Tank, let's fight. Yo, Ryan, let's do the rematch. Devin is up for all the smoke. Except with Shakur Stevenson. That's what makes Shakur Stevenson the boogeyman, my people. The best fighters in the world that want to fight each other, they don't want to fight Shakur. He really is the boogeyman. That's the difference between Floyd Mayweather. That's the difference between Floyd Mayweather's career and Shakur Stevenson's career. Floyd Mayweather, everybody wanted to fight him. Everybody. Hide your grind. Shy Guy just wants to get on Jay's nerves. He trying to get that attention, man. Like, yo, I'm not even a celebrity. Why are you trying to get my attention? Like, I'm not famous yet. At least wait, goddamn. So the difference between Floyd Mayweather and Shakur is that people wanted to fight Floyd. They felt like they could beat Floyd, and they all got beat. You know, in some cases he picked the right opponent. In some cases he waited for the right time to fight them. Whatever you want to say, but people wanted to fight Floyd. If you go back, if you wasn't around, if you wasn't following boxing around that time, I can tell you, everybody wanted to fight Floyd. They felt like they could beat him. There was the notion that he don't got no power. I'm going to walk him down, and eventually I'm going to catch him. It never happened. But they felt they could beat him. With Shakur is different. Shakur, people feel like they cannot beat him, so they don't want to fight him. They don't want to fight him, yo. That's why Shakur hasn't faced any of these guys. If it was up to Shakur, he would have already fought Devin, Teofimo, and Tank. Back to back. Even if he loses or not to one of them, he would have fought all of them already. They don't want to fight him. So that's the difference with Floyd. Everybody he ever wanted to fight him too. Aroma Sound. Haney at 147 right now. So if Shakur come to 147 for Conor, they might have to fight at that point. like I told you, man, Devin Haney doesn't want to fight Shakur. He don't want to fight him, bro. He does not want to fight him. There's nothing. If you watch, you'll see that at no point in time Devin Haney ever expresses any interest in wanting to fight Shakur. He won't even say Shakur's name. He won't even mention him. So that fight, Shakur chased him for so long that he stopped. That's it. He got tired of chasing him and said, fuck it. That's it. He gave up on Devin already. Gave up. So we got to see. We got to see. I honestly don't see Shakur Stevenson fighting unless, it gets to a point where now Shakur Stevenson is the face of boxing. I'm talking about a few years down the line, Shakur Stevenson is the face of boxing. They're in their mid-30s, making a lot of money. They get offered a huge payday, 50 million, 80 million. And then Devin is like, okay, that's too much money. I'm going to have to take this fight and get whooped by Shakur. Only like that. But like right now, when both of them in their 20s, Devin is not trying to make that fight. No way. Ricardo Maia, tomorrow is going to be a crazy day for boxing. I got Bam, Usyk, Tszyu winning. John Parham, facts. Ricardo Maia and Barrios. So I got Tszyu winning. I got Usyk winning. I got Manny Pacquiao winning. I got the old man pulling off the upset. Joan Sosa, do you think that Crawford has a bigger chin than Canelo? That question, I don't even know how to answer it, bro. Like, how do you answer who got a bigger chin between two fighters who never been knocked out? There's no way to really answer that. They both have a great chin. That's what I could tell you. But that question already tells me who you're siding with. I know that you're siding with Canelo, and that's why you're asking that question, right? But I'm going to just remind you, Joan Sosa, who got a bigger chin? That's an opinion that you're going to make, right? I know what your opinion is. Canelo got the bigger chin, so he's going to win. You don't even have to say it. I already know where you're going with that. But then I ask you, remember, the bigger chin is about your opinion. You're giving an opinion, right? So I'm asking you about a fact. Who's taller and who has longer reach? Canelo or Crawford? Take your time if you don't know the answer to that, and I'll wait. Who has the longer reach? You see, longer reach, that's not about your opinion or my opinion. That's just about a fact. So I'm just showing you that you hold on to the information that you want to hold on to and skip what you want to skip. Shy Guy, he's a Crawford fan and Mayweather fan. Wah. Would you rather see a tree grow? Nah, I would just rather block you. Ricardo Maia, Canelo on steroids. Come on, man. Don't come with the fake news, man. Come on. Fake news? You don't come with the fake news. JJ's in there. Jay Leno has a bigger chin. That's what I'm talking about. Who got a bigger chin? What are we talking about? The Tick got a bigger chin. Did you watch The Tick? You guys watch it? He want to talk about a bigger chin? I'm going to show y'all a bigger chin. That's the bigger chin. My boy said who got the bigger chin. The Tick. There you go, my people. That's the bigger chin right there. Yo, my peoples, talk to me about Teofimo Lopez and what exactly is he supposed to do next. He was supposed to fight Jerome Busceres. That fight fell through. He was supposed to fight Devin Haney. That fight fell through. Now Teofimo doesn't have a dance partner. What is next for Teofimo Lopez? Ricardo Maia, Crimson Chin. What is next for Teofimo Lopez? I say, damn, I really wanted to see Teofimo versus Boots, y'all. I really wanted to see that fight. I wanted it bad. And I also wanted to see Teofimo versus Devin Haney. Bad. So what's next? What do we want to see? Look, man, I would like to see anybody versus Tank, any of the big boys. If it was Teofimo versus Tank, I would love that fight. I would love to see it. Teofimo versus Davin, Teofimo versus Shakur. I want to see I want to see all of these guys fighting each other. And the only one that's with all the smoke is Shakur Stevenson. Everybody else don't want to fight. They don't want it. John Parham, Canelo, best chin in boxing. That's a reasonable opinion. Reasonable opinion. A guy who's taking big shots from big punches, never been down. Aroma Sound, he should have fought Haney. Are you talking about Teofimo? I mean, he should have fought Haney. I felt like that fight was gonna be made, but stuff went down with His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh. Business, the business aspect went downhill. We didn't get that fight. I really was already celebrating it. Shy Guy, Tell needs to fight Boots or somebody like that. Bro, he was trying to fight Boots. Boots turned it down. It was Boots who declined the offer and said, nah, I'm not fighting him. Aroma Sound, Lopez, Ernest Morales, Tszyu, he has the windows open, wasting time. Man, like I told y'all, 2 fighters that he was already engaged with, and it's Boots and Devin Haney. Both of those fights would have been huge, and it didn't happen. So I hope that he's going to have a big fight. He did, hint at going over to PBC, and he said big things are coming. So I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I remember, Gary Antoine Russell is a champion in the 140 division. So I don't know if that's a possibility. Aroma Sound, he's going to have to fight Gary Russell now. And I love that fight. Gary Antoine Russell versus Teofimo Lopez. It's a great showdown. Those 2 styles will match up perfectly. Ricardo Mayer, Boots at 154. So Tell should fight Haney Norman winner. Yeah, look, that's it. Once Jerome Boots Ennis said, I'm going to 154, a fight between him and Teofimo Lopez is off the table. That's it. The Hydro Grind. Tell needs to stop clowning. Such a great fighter, acting a fool. I hope, like I said, man, he was engaged in negotiations with 2 real good fighters, 2 stars. That would have helped him a lot in his career if he wins a fight like that. And look, now we don't know who he's going to fight. Jerome Torres. Primo, love your lives. Dios te bendiga. Y familia. Primo, Bo will get Canelo with that great blind hook. Jerome Torres, appreciate you dropping in, my brother. Glad you enjoy the live. By the way, Jerome, check this out. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is going to be the debut episode of a new show that I'm dropping. You don't want to miss it, bro. I'm going to have a co-host. So it's going to be me and somebody else. It's a secret co-host. Nobody knows who it is. Nobody knows who it is. Tonight, you guys are going to get to see that. And the name of the show is Punchlines. Punchlines is dropping tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, my peoples. I don't want you to miss it because it is going to be fire. I promise you. It's a different type of show, something different that you're not used to seeing, but it's about boxing 100%. Tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, my people. I know a lot of you tuning in right now. Support Jay Smith. Support Box Center. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, Punchlines is going to be one of the most fire shows on YouTube. Don't miss it. Shy Guy, Ernest, facts. Time is ticking. John Parham, Tell a bad man for sure. Just need to act right. Joan Sosa, Rolly Romero versus Teofimo Lopez. I like that fight. I like that fight. William Washington, great boxing knowledge. My dude, William Washington. I appreciate you, my brother. Raw Dog, they cheated Berlanga. I mean, that's cap. The stuff about the hand wrap, that's cap. I know they made that narrative about cheating because, Berlanga was playing such a bad guy. He took a nasty beating. When you take a beating like the one that he took, a pummeling, you got to have excuses. It's not wrong with them raps. That's just Puerto Rican fans making shit up because they can't handle Berlanga got whooped badly. John Parham, like and subscribe. Hell yeah, my peoples. Hit that like button. Don't duck it. Superman. Smith, say it one time, Goofy. John Parham. Dilbert, you mean. Superman. Uki. Perdiasia. Rosie. Ernest Morales. Tszyu versus Haney. Boots are something we need. Those are big fights, man. Those are big, big fights. And the thing is, I'm disappointed because they could have happened. You know, Teofimo Lopez was already, an offer already got sent and everything to Boots. He just declined it. They was ready to make that fight. And it's crazy because a lot of people were saying, Tio's not going to make that fight. He's doing it for clout. He don't want to fight Boots. He's scared of that, man. Teofimo been about that smoke. He been showing us he about that smoke. And they was trying to make the fight. Raw dog. Tio makes Rollies look silly. I think so. Honestly, I think so. I think Teofimo dominates Rollies. Rollies may have a few good moments, you know, outbursts of aggressiveness, but man, Teofimo does him in. That's how I see that fight playing out. Hands down. But again, you know, there was such big opportunities for Teofimo when it comes to Jerome Boots Ennis, when it comes to Devin Haney. Damn, those are big, big fights, man. And he missed out on those. So I want to see what's next. What opponent is Teofimo Lopez going to get? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. My peoples, I'm about to end this live. But as always, y'all know how I do it. Y'all know I can't just get out of here without saying I appreciate you to my peoples. Y'all know how I do it, man. I want to give a shout out, a salute to my brother John Parham, to hating ass, maniacal, instigating Shy Guy. Salute Shy Guy, Ricardo Mayer, Raw Dog, Errol Morales, Uki, Superman, Dilbert, Jerome Torres, Joan Sosa. Who else was in the building? Aroma Sound, Ernest Morales, JJ Zendejas, and everybody else who came through, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. I appreciate you guys showing love. And remember, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the new show is going to drop. Yo, Punchlines is going to be like something you ain't never seen before. I'm telling you, you guys are going to enjoy it. I'll see you guys tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Signing off, Jay Smith. Bam. This is Boxing for Breakfast, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow.